messages too. I thank you for all the support you have given me ever since you started watching these videos of Loyal Club. I thank you for at least getting some minutes out of your daily work at least to pay a visit on Loyal.club videos to see what exactly Loyal member as they always do and what they always dealing in with. And today I thought about giving you at least something grateful of how to insert table of content in the system. This is a simple stuff. I'll take you in I'll give you the simplest ways of how to insert table of content in your final year project or your reports, maybe for the business or reports for the your workplace organization. Today I thought about that, and I thought that maybe at least you can do something grateful after this video of the club member. People, if at all you have not paid a visit to Loyal Club website, you can at least go there and just check it at the then you get to know how this system works and how everything operates in the system. Now friends, I would like to show you how to insert in the table of content. I try to get some of the text in here so that I can show you how this looks like. What you should know that when you're making a table of content, you have to be with at least we have to be with at least with the content. When you're creating a table of content, you have to be with content that you're supposed to use. If I told you to use this content, you're supposed to close this. You're supposed to be with at least some content in your information. When I try to show you here how it's supposed to be done, how to insert in the table of content, you have your cover page. You always have the cover page. Then when you move the next page, depends if you're doing a final year project inclined to do the dedication. Then you put in your signature dates and the rest. And then when you move the second page, that's where you always have the dedication. Then here after the second page there is acknowledgement from the system. Then the third page there is abstract of the information. But where are we supposed to insert in the table of content? At this point you go to page break. You click page break. When you click page break, it will insert in a new page. That's where you have to put your table of content. You click there. When you click there, you go to references. When you go to references, then you go to insert in page of content. Then you say automatic table with headings. You select it, then it will add our table of content automatically. But if at all it has not added your table of content, for example, now this has been added. Let me give you an example that maybe you have added something here, and how do you achieve all this? How do you achieve all the table of content? I can delete off this. I can delete off the table of content. I can drop everything at once. Then after, how do I add, how will I come up with this? Because mine has all the things have been selected, but your side it may fail to select this automatically to give you all the content in the table of content, to select it and it picks it. Now how do you come up with this? To come up with this, you always just come to the home page. If it has not selected your content automatically, come to the home page. Then these headings, the headers, chapter 1, introduction, you always give them heading 1. That's what you should always give it to. Heading 1. Even in the second option, introduction, still give it heading 1. The third option, give it heading 1. And if at all you don't want to keep on getting that information, heading 1, it's a matter of just getting the format painter. Then you keep on now, just pass it over where you would like to get that information from. Just pass it like that. then you pick the format painter again, then you move it again like this, then you scroll down, you move it like this. Now let me show you something here. If at all you want to see, get the pointer, you move it on top of that. If you want, maybe if I want to add in maybe solid waste generated and waste management, if I want to add this into my system, I'll just highlight it. After highlighting it, then I'll give it heading 1. Then after giving it heading 1, you just go back to your table of content. If you want this to be added into your table of content, you just scroll on top, just come back on top of the table of content. After you click into it, and then it will give you that active button. Then on here you just click update table of content. Then to ask you, do you want to update the page only or update the entire table? If at all you have made changes to the entire document, you just click update the entire table, then you click OK. Then it will make the changes to they will make the changes to the entire table. They will make the changes to the entire table, and then you will be able to have the what you have added you will be able to have what you have added into the system. Then you will be able to proceed with everything. If at all you have any question about table of contents, you can leave it down this video below. People, the reason why I talked about ROYClub at the start, ROYClub, this is a system or a web-based system that helps you, the person who is there, at least to earn some profits at the end of the month. This is very simple for you people. You can keep on working in your organization, but as well as you're getting profits from somewhere else. I thought just to do for you this video about ROYClub because I thought it was necessary for someone, at least as you're earning some profit, still you're not delayed by work at your workplace. If I told you to do work and you're supposed to make some reports and you're supposed to design a table of content of your report, it's an easy way to achieve that. I have told you, I will repeat this for you. Our friends have said, if at all you don't have a table of content in your system, for example, the way you see this, you see this table of content. If I don't want maybe to add something, maybe for example on dedication, I've told you click on references. Let me try maybe to add another page down in between here. Let me add the table of content. It is between acknowledgement and list of acronyms. If you want to do that, you just go and say insert in. Then you say page break, then that will be in between acknowledgement and the list of acronyms. Acronyms, those are the symbols that you have used in the system. Now you are placing page break. After placing in page break, go to the start of that page, that empty page, click there, then you go to references, then you click on table of contents, then you say automatic table, select this option, then you select enter. When you select enter, it will select all the contents, but if at all it has failed to select the contents, it's a matter of just you going back to the home page, then you keep on highlighting your headers with heading 1. Heading 1, all of them, they will be captured to your table of content. Keep on highlighting everything. Let me put it in this. Keep on highlighting everything with table 1 with content. For example, this is my this is my first this is my cover page here. Then this is my dedication. Then this is my acknowledgement. Then this is abstract. Then after table of content. If you want to add anything like this, to add anything here, you just keep on highlighting and then you give it header 1. You give it header 1. When you highlight this, you give it header 1. After you have done and you have updated your table of content, you can now give this. You can readjust them by putting them back to the center, but after adding them in your table of content. I've said, if at all you have any question about table of content, you can leave your comment in the chat room, or if at all you have any question about the club, still how to earn at least profits as a student who is at a university or someone who is working in an organization. Still, you can leave something, you can leave a question, or you can leave anything that you like to inquire from me. Then I'll be able to give you this information about Loyal Club. And I've told you that hello friends outside there. If you have any question about how to insert in the pages of inserting page of inserting table of content in your project, you can make any query, you can ask anything. I will answer you. And I will answer you before I quit the live. If out there I've told you to now, this is my report. This is my report, Loyal Club. This is the passive income for you and your family. But if you want to, maybe you want writing the final year project, I may put in my names here, CC, because this is supposed to contain your name in here. That's what you're supposed to put in here. Then after that, that's the dedication declaration. Then you move down. That is the dedication. Then you move down. You have acknowledgement. Still, you can move down a little bit. Then abstract. Then after abstract, that's where I will insert in the table of content. I told you to insert in, then to pick all the information from wherever it is located. That could be the server page. You make the content, and how do you get these headings into your system? You pick heading heading 1, this option here. You pick that, then you keep on inserting in. You will highlight. You first highlight, then you pick heading 1. For example, let me scroll down here. I told you I highlight this, and I pick heading 1. You can even introduce on the font here and give it 16 or 12, so that you can have you choose heading 1. To put it back in the center, you just adjust here by clicking adjust in the center. It would be great. And you now, to keep on these settings to be repetitive even to the next other headings, you just use a format painter here. You click on it, it will give you that symbol. Hope you can see the brush on top, and you just keep on highlighting then everything like this. Or if you want this now to be adjust, because the introduction has to be at the extreme end, and you put it here, then you pick the format painter again, then you move it to the next title, then you move to look for another title down, then you pick the point again, you move it to this other heading here. You take when you want this to be, because I have already selected headings 1. After selecting headings 1, you highlight the heading that you want to add in the table of content, then you take headings 1. When you take headings 1, it will give you this a big text. You reduce the font size, then you just go and give it 12. Maybe that's what you're going to use. Then after, you will pick the format painter here. Now, implying that this introduction, the 1.1 introduction, has heading 1 as its format style. Then here you will just keep on these settings to the next page. Then implying that it has also the same settings like introduction 1. Let me show you some. Let me make some changes here. If at all I give this italics, let me change this to italics. Then I give it heading 1. Then I give it italics. Now I hope you can see this. I'll pick the format pointer, then I highlight the second option. It also be in italics. Then I'll go to the second subtitle. I'll pick the format painter, then I'll also highlight this. It also be in italics. Then when I scroll up on top of my page, when I go back to my table of content, you go back to table of content, then you click table of content here, then you click on update to table of content. When you click update to table of content, I'll say update the entire table of content. When I click yes, then I check my introduction. Hope now you can see introduction, background, and problem statement. They have been placed in italics because in my content I've just changed them from the normal way, the way they were, up to this format. If I go back and I change from italics back to the bold way or the normal way it's supposed to be without italics, still this will be effective. Matter of just making the changes. After making the changes, you come back to the table of content, click on update table of content. It will ask for you these two options. Choose one. You can select update the table of content. If I tell you update in different pages, but if I tell you didn't update in different pages, just leave it on one page. Then you make update the table. Then it will change what you have changed. I wish you the best. People, if you want to get to know about Loyal Club, you can just pay a visit on loyal.club. And if you have any more other question about Loyal Club, you can put them in the chat room, or if you have any question about how to insert in table of content, still you can insert in the chat room. Thank you for watching. This is Musichisto. If you have never subscribed on my YouTube channel, you can subscribe so that we can move together, or you can follow whatever I always post for you for updates. Thank you for watching.